is playing in their own stadium. So the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are playing in their own stadium, Raymond James Stadium in Tampa Bay, Florida. Kansas City Chiefs are trying to do something that only one other team in this century has done, win back-to-back Super Bowls. The New England Patriots did that before, earlier in this century. Thank you for the award. And now we have a team trying to repeat, go back-to-back championships, be back-to-back champions. And then you have Tom Brady trying to do something that no other quarterback has done, which is win 7 championships, 7 Super Bowl rings. This is going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be on CBS and ESPN Deportes, CBS Sports for English and ESPN Deportes if you want to listen to the broadcast in Spanish. It's going to be tight. It's going to be a close game, in my opinion. It may not be super, super close. I think Kansas City will win this game. The Kansas City Chiefs will win 37-27, in my opinion. Hold on, we got a funny comment here. I do not know who. Not Forrest Gump says the 92 Bulls got in the bag this year, but I'm a little bit nervous about Lance Armstrong. To be honest, he might be VIP this season. I don't know, but that's not related to the topic here today, but thank you for the comment from Reddit. So basically, you have 2 teams. One team was a wild card team, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They went into Washington. They won. Washington, the Washington football team had the worst record entering into the playoffs, but they still had a home game and they lost to Tampa Bay. Then Tampa Bay went on to the road into New Orleans and Drew Brees' stadium. Drew Brees threw 4 interceptions. The Saints lost. Tampa Bay moved on to the NFC Championship. And even though Tampa Bay and Tom Brady threw 3 interceptions, but it didn't matter. The defense held on. They win. They go to the Super Bowl. And it's so ironic in a situation where we, of course, never see a Super Bowl team playing in their own home stadium here, because it's the Super Bowl venue is typically a neutral site. But before the year, Tampa Bay won the rights to having the Super Bowl in their city. But even though Tampa Bay never had a home game this year throughout the playoffs, they get it in the Super Bowl against a team that has a better record than they do. So you just talk about, it's been such a weird year for sure. You add in the coronavirus pandemic playing a huge factor this season. It delayed games, postponed games, took star players out for temporary moments during this year. The NFL season has been a wild ride, to say the least. And through all of this, we are finally here on February 7th, 2021, awaiting these 2 teams to play at 3:30 p.m. Pacific time, 6:30 p.m. Eastern time on CBS and ESPN Deportes. So if you want to comment or give me your thoughts, go right ahead. I basically believe that Tampa Bay can win this game, even though I'm not predicting that they will. Tampa Bay can win this game if they make this a ball control game, a game where they're playing conservatively on offense, running the football, wasting time, eating up the clock, and playing conservative football, short passes, not deep down the field, just short completions, run the ball, play it safe, keep the game close, let your defense keep you in the game, because Tampa Bay has the best defense in the NFL with a superstar rush defense that they have, rush defense, and actually a pass defense in terms of their defensive line. I just think if Tampa Bay keeps it close, you give Tom Brady the ball with the final possession in a tied game, he's going to drive down the field and do what Tom Brady has done throughout his entire career, which is at the end of the game, it's close. He has the ball in his hands. He drives the team down the field and they kick the game winning field goal or they score the game winning touchdown. So, as long as Tampa Bay keeps this extremely close and they play a very low scoring, conservative game, Tampa Bay will win. Hi, Vince. How are you? Yes, just keep it close if you're Tampa Bay, and they'll win. But I just do not imagine Kansas City with their prolific offense and Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce and superstar quarterback Patrick Mahomes not starting off hot and quick and playing up tempo football, which is the necessary formula to defeat Tampa Bay. Kansas City did defeat Tampa Bay earlier this year in Raymond James Stadium, 27-24. So it's not as if picking Kansas City is some wild pick here. I mean, they did win in the regular season. It was a close game. And we have some funny sports references here as someone from Reddit saying LeBron James for the win. I love LeBron too, but he's not playing in this game. And Reddit, we were getting some funny comments here. Reddit comment Lakers predicting Lakers. I mean, the Lakers are not playing in the Super Bowl, but they did play in the NBA Finals last year, and they're looking like a solid team that can repeat. That's what Kansas City is trying to do here in the Super Bowl, repeat, go back to back. The Lakers may be doing that this year in professional basketball. So, yeah, just to talk about this game further, I mean, some interesting things. We know that healthcare workers are getting tickets to the game. I believe 7,000 tickets are being awarded to healthcare workers who are vaccinated. And then I think, if I'm correct, and again, this is a very informal broadcast. Just I don't usually do sports broadcasts. I'm just doing this for fun because it's the Super Bowl. But there will be, I think, about here. I could check right now how many fans will be in the stadium. Stadium capacity. 25,000 fans allowed in the stadium, along with 30,000 cutouts. This is according to NFLSpinZone.com. The Raymond James Stadium holds 65,890 people, but 30,000 cutouts, 25,000 fans, healthcare workers receiving tickets. So certainly not the same atmosphere that we're accustomed to seeing in Super Bowl games, but again, due to the COVID-19 pandemic, different measures have to be taken. So I'm just going to go on here. I have no clue who's doing. Again, when it comes to sports, I used to be a major sports fan. I've kind of followed it less and less. I'm not as much into sports as I used to be. Maybe it's because, my favorite team, the New England Patriots, had a terrible year. And then my other favorite team, the Toronto Raptors, struggling, but they're getting back. They're getting back to normal. They're playing in Tampa Bay, and they couldn't play in Canada this year due to the COVID-19 restrictions. So my two favorite teams kind of struggling a little bit. Maybe that's why my interest in sports is decreasing. Yet I'll be interested in seeing this game. It's going to be tough to watch considering Tom Brady left New England and I am a Patriots fan. the Kansas City Chiefs are major rivals in the AFC. I'm not really a fan of the Kansas City Chiefs, even though I think they'll win, and I'm predicting that they will win. So yes, I'll see the Super Bowl, but uh, not as interested as years past. It's definitely not as sweet as when the Patriots were in the Super Bowl during those Belichick, Tom Brady years. And you had those magnificent victories and Tom Brady coming from behind and winning, after 28-3 deficit against Atlanta and all those great memories. Uh, I miss those, but we're not going to be getting that, or I'm not going to be feeling that. But maybe if you're a Chiefs fan or Tampa Bay fan, you'll have those same feelings tonight, depending on what happens here. So if anyone wants to jump on the air with me or comment or ask any questions or give their predictions, I would love to hear your thoughts, your predictions. What do you think? So I say 37-27 Kansas City. Kansas City is going to start off hot and they're just going to do up-tempo football. I think they're going to start off and go no huddle and play no huddle offense and get the ball out of Mahomes' hands quickly because Tampa Bay has a fantastic pass rush. So get the ball out of Mahomes' hands, get into Tyreek Hill's hands out in space, and let Tyreek Hill do what he does best and outrun everyone in the world. Tyreek Hill can fly down the field, and he is incredibly fast, arguably one of the fastest NFL players we have ever seen. And they're going to need a superhero performance from Tyreek Hill, the Kansas City Chiefs. And they did get that superhero performance in the Super Bowl last year. If you remember that 3rd and 15, Mahomes launched it deep, and Tyreek Hill was the one to come down with the catch to keep Kansas City alive in that game and to eventually win that game. So Tyreek Hill, in my opinion, will be the MVP. I think if you feature him early, if you get him the ball out in space, he knows how to get into the end zone. And they'll win and he'll be the MVP. But usually it's very rare when they award receivers MVP. Typically the quarterback gets the MVP award. So we'll see. If there are any comments, just or any questions, any stuff you want to talk about, I would just say, kind of a programming note, I'm going to continue to broadcast here on Happs.tv and do more interviews, political news, and broadcasts. And the impeachment trial is set to begin on Tuesday. So there's a lot of news and information in the world of politics upcoming. Let's see here. Yeah, let's just continue to talk, I guess. And if anyone wants to come on the screen, just tell me. So, you know what? Maybe I'll invite Vince here. I don't know, Vince. Vince, can you come on? Let's see. All right, I'm just going to invite Vince. If you want to jump on, you can. How many, if you're in the comment section or if you're tuning in, how many of you believe Tampa Bay will win? How many of you believe Kansas City will win? So just give me your quick thoughts in the comment section, or you can jump on the air and we can discuss. And where do you think this Super Bowl, when we rank this Super Bowl, will it be one of the most watched Super Bowls in terms of TV ratings? Will it not be? Does the fact that the coronavirus and the fact that there won't be a full stadium somehow impact TV ratings? Will that? Is there kind of a lack of excitement here? I would love your take. I think, with this season, in Super Bowls, we're so used to seeing a packed crowd. I think it could play a role in TV ratings, if the crowd doesn't seem to be too into it, or this game is either a defensive struggle or a blowout right from the start to finish, then this game will not have the same level of TV ratings as we have seen in the past. So again, share your thoughts in the comment section. Go right ahead. And if any of you have favorite NFL teams, I would love to hear that too. I'll just speak from my perspective here as a Patriots fan. It was a frustrating year. It's almost as if COVID-19 defeated the New England Patriots and stood in the way of them making it to the playoffs. Many players got sick, really disrupted the rhythm. New quarterback Cam Newton, he was having to get used to things on the fly. He was out for a few games because of the coronavirus. So it was certainly not a typical Patriots year where you make the playoffs and you have a chance at the Super Bowl and even win it. But it was the opposite, not making the playoffs. And yeah, that's just my perspective. I would love to hear who your favorite NFL teams are. Let's see here. Just trying to think of what else we could discuss. Oh, I think an interesting question here, or topic, is whether or not Tom Brady needed Bill Belichick to achieve the level of greatness that he has achieved throughout his career, or does Bill Belichick need Tom Brady? And we've had those conversations, and we've seen those conversations in the sports world. Tonight will be a big indicator of, who needed who most. If Tom Brady has a terrible game here, and Tom Brady didn't have such a great game in the NFC Championship, he threw 3 interceptions. If he has that same performance and they lose and things don't go well, that may be an indicator that Tom Brady needed Bill Belichick more than Bill Belichick needed Tom Brady. Or maybe they just both needed each other and timing was perfect. Someone says Bills, maybe. Well, the Bills, for speaking of the Buffalo Bills, of course, they did not advance to the Super Bowl. They came up just short against Kansas City in the AFC Championship. They did play an impressive game in the AFC divisional round against Baltimore, but just one step shy of the Super Bowl. And someone gives their prediction here. Thank you from Reddit. 37-30 Tampa. Wow. Okay. I mean, I don't want Tampa to win either. I do not like Tampa Bay. But I'm pretty surprised that you think that they would win in a high scoring matchup. I think if Tampa wins, it's going to be more like 23-20, 20-17, 21-17. I do not think. Oh, someone said this here. Another Reddit comment. Madden 18 told me. Wait, Madden 18? I thought it's Madden 21, right? That would give you, or do you still, or did you play on Madden 18 against the computer or something? I don't know. That's a little bit of a surprising comment, but sometimes Madden, the Madden video game simulates the Super Bowl. EA Sports and Madden unite to do this kind of stuff. So maybe that's what the Reddit commenter is talking about. Is that what you're talking about? It's so funny. I love this app. It's like even though the commenters, like some of them, whether they're on Reddit or somewhere else, it's like you're just talking to them directly when you have nothing to talk about. You're just having a dialogue with the comment section, and you're just waiting for them to respond, and then you react. I That's what I love about Happs here. It's makes the broadcast really enjoyable. So yeah, keep commenting away, Reddit. Keep commenting away. We love your comments, even if they are not related to the topic. So yeah, I'm going to put your comment back on the screen about Tampa, just so because I want keep some balance here. I'm picking Kansas City, and you're saying Tampa. Is it because you think Tampa's receiving core is so good that you know Tom Brady is just going to be throwing it down the field vertically to Antonio Brown and to Gronk and to everyone? Or like I would love to, or do you think Leonard Fournette's just going to go wild today and run all over the Kansas City Chiefs? I would love to hear your rationale. You say, trust me. Oops. You say, trust me from the same person commenting saying, trust me. Well, it's not like I am not trusting you. It's just a prediction. So, by the way, if you're on Reddit and you want to do broadcasts on Happs TV, you can make a little bit of money here on Happs TV. So go to happs.tv and you keep saying I'm just going off the Madden 18 simulation. Okay. I don't understand why you're saying I thought it's supposed to be Madden 21 because it's the year 2021. If it's Madden 18, that's the 2018 game. I don't understand. I thought that usually the Madden simulations are based on the year of the game, not from a past game. I mean, if it is, and I'm wrong, I'm wrong. By the way, I haven't done any research on this show. This is a complete like entertainment show. This is not a news show or anything like that. So I'm just literally talking and taking a guess. You probably know way more than me. So especially on this issue, I don't do any sports broadcasts at all. I know very little about sports. So um, yeah, that's the honest truth. I don't know. I don't do sports broadcasts anymore. I used to a while ago, probably like 10 years ago, but I just don't anymore. But whenever like there are special events or something, I'll do something fun like this. So you say yes, like yeah, as in yeah, they did the Madden 18 simulation. Like it was done by like the Madden 18 game. That's a little bit surprising to me. Like it doesn't make that much sense because you would do the simulation based on the year of that particular Super Bowl. So I have never heard of that at all, where a past Madden game would determine the current Super Bowl. Oh, you did it. You did it. Okay, I had a feeling, a little hunch that you that you had played Madden 18 and this is the result you got. Okay, okay. I understand. Thank you so much for clarifying. So that's interesting. Yeah, I haven't played Madden in forever. I haven't played. I do not have the new Madden or used to play Madden like 8 years ago, 10 years ago. So I I don't even think I even played Madden 18, to be honest with you. But that's cool. That's cool. Who do you play with generally? Or you said you're a Bills fan, I'm assuming, because you first commented Bills baby. So you probably won't agree with the team I like. I happen to like your rival, your East rival, excuse me, the New England Patriots. So I happen to like that team, and you're probably going to get upset, but that's okay. It's just sports. Doesn't seem I would expect I'm gonna look at the other Haps TV broadcasts here and see what's going on. There aren't that many people, it seems like, on Haps right now. I guess it's me and someone else who's doing a broadcast. A little bit surprising because usually whenever there are big sports events, entertainment events, political events, there's so many people broadcasting all at the same time, yet there are just so few today. By the way, the person on Reddit who is commenting, if you want to join Haps TV, you can. You can make money off your broadcast. Just go to haps.tv and you can watch any broadcasts you want, or you can create your own broadcast and you can talk with others. You can broadcast with others. You can do screen sharing broadcasts. Maybe you're someone who wants to show pictures and other video clips while you're doing broadcasts. You can do that here on haps.tv for free. So you can broadcast for free on haps.tv. Or, if you have pre-recorded videos and you want to share with the Haps TV audience, you can play your pre-recorded videos and display it here on Haps TV. So if any of you on Reddit want to do any form of broadcasting whatsoever, I would suggest you check out haps.tv. I'm trying to get to 250, by the way. I'm at 175. I'm participating in the broadcaster challenge, and I need to get to 250 in order to keep that streak alive, to eventually get $50 after 8 completed broadcasts of 250 plus live views. I think I could add this part here, considering we never really talk about this one aspect of the game: special teams. Special teams. We focus so much on offense and defense, yet we have seen in Super Bowls the special teams playing a big role, whether it's kickoff returns for touchdowns. You know, will never forget, I believe it was Jacoby Jones of the Baltimore Ravens right out of the gate, Ravens versus 49ers in the Super Bowl. In the second half, he took it all the way for a touchdown, kickoff return all the way for a touchdown. And you can argue that that really gave Baltimore enough of a cushion to maintain their lead and barely hang on and win. So to act like this game is only about offense and defense is a disservice to fully analyzing these kinds of games. So where do you think the special teams plays a factor in this game? And who has the better special teams? I honestly don't know. Someone please tell me. I'm just observing this as a casual fan. So I do not know completely here, but I do know special teams is important. And especially if this game comes close and whether someone misses an extra point or someone misses a chip shot field goal, that could really be the difference. That could really be the difference in tightly contested games. I'm gonna stay on the air till I get to 250. I think it's worth it. You know, Super Bowl is coming up soon at 3:30 p.m. Pacific time, 6:30 p.m. Eastern on CBS. I guess no one else is commenting here, but I'm gonna try to just stay on the air and see if we can get to 250 before kickoff. So, does anyone want to jump on the program? I got to 201 views so far, trying to wait for 250. Anyone, please? I would love to hear any of your. I mean, I know we got some prediction from Reddit, but anyone on Happs, maybe if you're someone on Reddit and you want to jump on the air, that's totally cool too. I can make that possible. Okay, I'm gonna just start throwing out some random questions, and hopefully any of you will answer. If the game, if the Kansas City jumps out to a big lead, let's say 21-3 at halftime, will you still keep watching? Considering Tom Brady did come back 28-3 against Atlanta, or do you feel like at that point it would be over? So if the game is 21-3, a big wide margin at the half, whether it's Kansas City or even Tampa Bay, with a large lead, who do you think? I mean, not who do you think? Will you continue to watch, or will you just turn the TV off and enjoy the rest of your night. Or I feel like I'm just speaking to no one right now because no one's commenting or talking, and I've got really nothing else to say. I'm not a sports expert. I'm not a football expert. I'm just simply, I just in this broadcast giving a simple prediction. But if this game is a blowout, how many of you will continue to watch? So you can answer that question if you want. Another one. If Tom Brady loses the Super Bowl and he performs terribly, like he has the worst game of his life, he throws 5 interceptions, will this change your mind in thinking who the best quarterback is? Because I still believe Tom Brady. I think Tom Brady completely sealed the deal as being the best quarterback ever when he won his 6th championship, for sure. I actually even thought it was before then when he came back 28-3 against Atlanta. But will you say that Tom Brady is not the best quarterback in the world if he has the worst game of his life tonight? Now, if Patrick Mahomes has a terrible game, he has the worst game of his life, what do you think will what impact will it have his legacy? Will people forget this because it was a weird year and coronavirus? He had to go into Tampa Bay. They could only travel 2 days before. Most Super Bowl teams would be able to travel a week before. So yeah, what do you think? What impact will this game have on both Patrick Mahomes and Tom Brady's legacy? Thank you so much for subscribing, Luis, I believe. Thank you for subscribing. Really appreciate it. Personally, I believe that if Tom Brady wins this game and or if Tom Brady has the worst game ever, I still think he's the best quarterback of all time. However, I think his success this year generally was mainly because of his team carrying him. I think today he has to prove that he could carry this specific Tampa Bay team on his shoulders. So I think a lot of people believe, and I kind of, based on what I've seen, is that if Tampa Bay's talent and good circumstance here in the playoffs really push them all the way to the Super Bowl. It's been a fairy tale season for Tampa Bay in many ways. And especially for Tom Brady, I wouldn't necessarily say Tampa Bay as a whole because they're such a talented team. But I just, yeah, I think regardless of what happens, Tom Brady's the best quarterback of all time. And even if Mahomes loses, he has a long, long, long career ahead of him. And it's just starting. So he can definitely recover and win 3 more Super Bowls, even if he has the worst game of his life here. So I think, again, both of these quarterbacks are Hall of Fame quarterbacks. Both of these quarterbacks are superstar quarterbacks. So it's not as if the outcome of this game will generally completely switch my belief in whether or not either of these quarterbacks are incapable of spectacular performances. So that's not my concern. It may be for other people, but I think they're being more reactionary when they say that this game will determine the legacies of either quarterback in such a way where they cannot recover if either of them perform so poorly. I just do not believe that. Considering that quarterback careers are so long anyways, in general. I mean, you're watching Tom Brady playing into his 40s, Drew Brees playing into his 40s. We saw Brett Favre play into his 40s. So in this century, in this 21st century world that we live in, the quarterback position, if you're consistent and you're good, you can play for a long, 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 long time. It's not like the 80s or the 70s or the 60s or the 50s where, even a quarterback would only play for a short amount of time. If you're an elite quarterback, you can be in this league for 15 years at least. But that isn't the case though for other positions, right? Running back, I mean, they get beat up so easily, right? Having a running back in his 10th season is usually not a positive sign, unless you get like Emmitt Smith, right? Emmitt Smith, the legendary running back from the Dallas Cowboys. So it depends. It's all position by position, but based on this new era of football and the fact that the quarterback is protected more than ever before, and the game is much more fast paced and it's free flowing. It just seems like quarterbacks now will probably be playing into their 40s more and more and more. I think the trend continues unless we see a sudden shift in play or rule change where all of a sudden the quarterbacks do not get favorable rules anymore. Maybe, having too many high scoring games could be boring for some audiences. And all of a sudden the NFL feels like quarterback shouldn't be protected as much. And we go back to traditional old school ground and pound run first football, right? So we may end up seeing that in the future. We may end up seeing ground and pound, run, 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 play good defense, run, 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 do a play action every now and then. So we may see that kind of play, but I don't think so for the near future. I think it's also easier for the NFL to brand quarterbacks more and superstar quarterbacks. It's easier to brand behind one person, but playing like traditional old school classical football, it may either be tedious for the audience or it's harder to brand that kind of team mentality and grind out football. I think fans generally like high scoring games. I don't know the full research behind it, but I do think there is a strong uh, leaning towards high scoring, fast break football. In the same way for basketball too. Maybe the purist, I'm kind of when it comes to basketball, as an example, I'm more of a purist. I love traditional like defensive basketball and not letting them get to the paint and making sure that no one gets a free layup and all that. I like that. I like when teams lock down defensively, not play dirty, but just play lockdown defense, right? And make it difficult. Always have a hand in their face when they're shooting a jump shot. So it'll be interesting. I'm more fascinated by the trends of sports and the style of play more than even the day-to-day scores and box scores. And some people are interested in that. I'm not as much interested in that, maybe because I just, I can't keep up with all of it as much as I used to, right? So, oh, I got to 250 as I was rambling on. Got to 250 live views. So that's good. I'm going to wrap this broadcast up. You can watch the Super Bowl on CBS or on ESPN Deportes. I believe CBSSports.com has the Super Bowl if you for free. I mean, I'll check for you to make sure. So CBS, yeah, you can watch the Super Bowl live for free today on CBS All Access or the CBS Sports app. So if you're not close to a television, you can watch on your mobile device on CBS Sports app. Just to finally point out here, with the fact that CBS is covering the Super Bowl, so used to as a Patriots fan saying, Tom Brady always playing the Super Bowl, always CBS covering the playoff games for the Patriots. And now, because CBS usually covers the AFC teams, and now, and it's always been Brady, right? From the start of the century, 21st century, starting in the year 2000, pretty much 2001, just seeing Tom Brady on CBS throughout the whole playoffs. And now it comes full circle where Tom Brady's probably, you never know, but probably last Super Bowl ever is going to be in an NFC team uniform on CBS, which is, it's a full circle moment here, to watch the greatest quarterback of all time get one last shot, and to do it on the network that that has basically been his home, which is CBS, and all of his great moments. So thank you for tuning in. Enjoy your Super Bowl. Have fun. Stay safe. And enjoy the game. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. And have a great day.